land of boundless beauty, where the untamed rivers run, and majestic snow-capped mountains rise to meet the morning sun. There are silent, sunlit valleys, undiscovered, unexplored. It's a home for free of spirit. It's a land called Labrador.
We've always been here. This is our heritage, our identity. We are the Labrador Meti, and this is our home.
For thousands of years, their Inuit ancestors roamed throughout Labrador. In southern and central regions, they met the Europeans. These two dynamic peoples mingled, traded, and intermarried to form the Labrador Métis. They are a vibrant, resilient people living in harmony and always willing to share with others while pursuing their traditional way of life. For generations, the Inuit Métis of Labrador have hunted, trapped, fished, and gathered, and continue to do so. Because they know they've had to depend on it, and still do for their very existence, there's a strong spiritual connection to the land and the natural environment around them. It's deep in their roots to respect and protect the forests, lakes, mountains, and rivers, and to keep everything in balance, only taking what they need. It is by doing this that they ensure they carry on their traditional ways of harvesting the land and the sea. This is why their land claims issue is so vital to them, and why people like Guy Poole of St. Louis is so passionate about it.
I like the old traditional ways. I like the traditional foods. I like to hunt the way that I always hunted, and I know, and I think that a lot of common sense is going to take a lot of our people through many generations of our people, and we still have a strong connection to the land, have respect for the land, and be the conservationists. We're not going to do it. We got to take control of, and this is the land claim is important. Self-government, control over our own resources, over our own lands, right? That's the only way it's going to happen. So, as an Aboriginal person, I guess it's very important for me, and especially as a Métis, like I'm proud of who I am, eh? And I think everybody out there, no matter if they're not Aboriginal, they got to be proud of who they are. And my belief is that if you don't know where you come from, then how in the hell do you know where you're going to go? That's the foundation. You have to know where you come from in order to know where you're going.
It's also for their children and future generations that the Labrador Métis wish to secure their lands and resources, to develop self-government and have a homeland. In Inuit Métis communities of Labrador, from Lansa-Clare north to Cartwright, and west to the communities of Upper Lake Melville and traditional places of habitation, the Inuit Métis are now over 6,000 strong, the largest Aboriginal group in Labrador. In these communities, they strive to preserve and protect the richness of their culture and way of life. The elders live it, and the children practice it, and they remain strong in their sense of purpose and place. Inuit Métis people like Freeman Russell of Williams Harbour epitomize this.
You don't go out and ask people 20 below there for pleasure, you know. You go there and get a meal of bird. And ice freezing onion and all that stuff. That's a tradition. We do that. We got to have so many ducks. You got to have so much seal. You got to have. That was always the way it was and that's the way it is now. Well, you can go and buy fresh meat cheaper perhaps, but not the tradition. They're not traditional stuff. We got to have birds and rabbits and partridges and all this stuff. We just want to give us their rights, which is not happening with no big lot. The land is there no matter what anybody says. It's going to be developed one day anyway. But we want to say to them.
While they take pride in their traditional way of life, they realize there may be resource developments taking place on their ancestral lands. With patience, proper planning, and skilled management, the Inuit Métis must take a leadership role to ensure a proper balance is maintained, so that their land and its wealth can sustain their traditions for future generations. Ken Mesher of Happy Valley Goose Bay, a trapper for many years, believes it is a way of life worth fighting for.
We do have a future, but I see that the battle now has just begun. We got to stand up for our rights. The people have to be strong, unite and stand up and fight for traditionally what's ours.
This is their land. Their sense of belonging speaks to them from the sea, the mountains, the great forests and flowing rivers. Their culture speaks from the heart in their music and in the songs of their land, in the art that is acclaimed far and wide. The many traditional crafts handed down over the centuries are still in use today, from sleek canoes to grass baskets, from sturdy snowshoes and sealskin boots to the ever-important kamatik. The Inuit Métis believe in their right to grow as a people and culture in their own land. As Labrador Métis, they have a vision for their land. They continue to build on traditional lifestyles and values, to teach their children and preserve their culture, to show strong leadership in protecting the land and its resources, to live in harmony with the environment, and to find sensible ways to develop and build this great land that we all share while remaining true to their vision.
Our heritage is our identity. We've always been here. We are the Labrador Métis, and this is our home. Our future depends on it.
Let her mountains shine and glow. Let her unspoiled waters flow. Let her children live in freedom in the valleys of the snow. Lift your voices, sons and daughters, like you've never done before. Let your song rise through the darkness in this land called Labrador. Lift your voices, sons and daughters, like you've never done before. Let your song rise through the darkness in this land called Labrador. In this land called Labrador.